Yeah, the revelations come in a pair of lawsuits filed this morning by the Cook County Public Guardian against DCFS, the foster mother, and a man who has been on the sex offender registry for nearly 2 decades. James White's rap sheet covers 3 pages. It includes convictions for armed robbery, burglary, and possession of a stolen car. It also says White is a convicted sex offender, but that didn't stop him from living with a boy in foster care. How does this happen? DCFS is supposed to run background checks on foster parents.
That's right. They're required by law to do so. They did not in this particular case, and so they ended up placing a 12-year-old boy with a convicted child sex molester.
DCFS placed the boy in a foster home on Chicago's South Side in late October of 2014 after his grandmother could no longer care for him. Within weeks, the Cook County Public Guardian says White moved in with the foster mother, who was his wife.
DCFS is required by law and also by common sense social work norms to visit every child in every foster home at least once a month. DCFS did not do so. DCFS went 6 months without ever visiting the home, without ever talking to this child, asking how he is.
This lawsuit filed by the Public Guardian says White began abusing the boy as a direct and proximate cause of the negligent acts and omissions of DCFS. The boy suffered sexual abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, pain and suffering, distress, lifelong physical and emotional injuries, the suit states.
You put a 12-year-old boy in the foster home of a convicted child sex offender, and then you never bother visiting. Of course, of course this is what's going to happen.
The lawsuit says the boy lived in the home with a convicted sex offender for nearly 7 months, only leaving after the foster mother told DCFS she could no longer care for him.
The youth disclosed it to a therapist, and then we did some digging, and we found, my God, DCFS had placed this child with a convicted child sex offender.
A DCFS spokesperson has not immediately responded to the allegations. The lawsuit says DCFS caseworkers visited the boy just once while he lived in that home. 2 DCFS workers who were said to have handled the boy's case remain on the job, according to state payroll records. As for that sex offender, he's on parole for an unrelated charge and living in Iowa. He has not been charged with abusing the boy. Dina and Steve.